What is considered a high employee turnover? Is your turnover actually high, or does it just feel that way? One number doesn't tell the whole story about employee turnover. Before you compare your turnover to everyone else's, there is one thing you need to know. By the end of this video, you will know how to evaluate your turnover rate and know when to do something about it. Employee turnover varies from industry to industry. You will have industries that have high employee turnover just by the nature of the position or what are the requirements and responsibilities. There is maybe a bigger burnout rate, or it is a harder job that people don't tend to stay very long. And you have other industries where the turnover should not be that high. You also have voluntary turnover and you have involuntary turnover. You have employees that quit, or that they have different circumstances that they feel it's not up to them. Maybe their spouse got a job in a different city and they have to move, or it's not a good fit, whether the employee feels that way and they quit or they get fired. So there are different aspects. Now, when we're also looking at the turnover rate, we need to look at when exactly it happens. You can have turnover after somebody has been in that position for 4 years and they don't have any career advancement opportunity. That's different than a turnover that happens 30 days into the job because you didn't train somebody and they didn't understand what they needed to be doing and they left. Or you can have circumstances where it wasn't the right cultural fit. Maybe they are a good cultural fit for you, but there is something with your culture. You have toxicity inside the organization that is basically driving people away. So the bottom line is that there are many aspects and many different reasons for employee turnover. So you got to analyze it for what it is. So if you experience high turnover or something that you feel like it's high turnover and you want to know, is this within the benchmark of my industry or is it something that is unusual? The answer is you got to evaluate it case by case. And you should not experience turnover, or there is always going to be turnover, but you shouldn't experience a high rate of turnover where you invest so much money in hiring and training and then people leave. So you're not really getting your return on investment. So you have to start looking at it. So the point I'm making is, yes, you can take a look at studies and industry standards, etc., but you got to evaluate it case by case. And if you feel that this is too high and it's costing you too much, then you start looking at what is causing it, and there can be several causes. You always want to look at what you can do about it. What are things that are within your control in order to improve the turnover rate? You can't really control if there is some kind of a life event that forces the employee to leave. Yes, you can see if you can help them. You can see if maybe you can offer them a job remotely if they cannot be on location. You can do different things, but that is a unique set of circumstances or a special set of circumstances that we're not going to talk about. We should talk about the set of circumstances or what happens when you can control what caused the employee to leave. And it can be not enough training, incorrect onboarding, the expectations were not set up correctly from the beginning, a fault in your hiring process, so you are not hiring as you should to get the right people to the right positions. It can be that the job was not challenging enough or the environment was not challenging enough for the employees, so they did not see how they can progress and see a future within your company. So as you can see, there are various reasons here. If it is onboarding and training, then I made a whole series of videos about how to correctly create an onboarding checklist and an onboarding process in order to retain your employees. If it is because the employees are not challenged enough or they don't see a career path, where then you need a process on how to create career advancement within your company. And you also should do periodical surveys of your employees, meaning what we call a stay interview to find out how they're doing. Do they feel that they're advancing? Do they need some more challenge? Do they want to do something else? Do they feel acknowledged? Do they feel appreciated? All those things, if you have those in place, then you can control and you can be more proactive about the future of that employee. And then, of course, there is your culture. Is the employee a good fit for your culture? Or is your culture a good fit for the employee? Meaning maybe the employee is what you would like your culture to be, or they are fit for what you would like your culture to be. But in the meanwhile, what is really going on has to be fixed because that is driving good employees away. So this is something you need to look at as well. There is always the training and the consistency and the expectations and the communication, which if you have well-documented processes and procedures and systems in place that the employees know what is expected of them and how they should act and react in different circumstances and situations, that will help them get that predictability that will help retain them. So there are many aspects to employee retention. They usually work hand in hand together, and all those aspects should be in place so you can create that culture that fosters that creativity and stability and security that will make your employees want to stay. So concentrate on the causes, not on numbers. You don't have to compare yourself to your industry or another company or other companies. Compare yourself to yourself. Ask yourself, is this really the turnover that I want to experience? If the answer is no, then look at what you can control and improve it so you can retain your employees. If turnover is a concern to you, the best place to start is to examine your operational processes. In my next video, I'm going to talk about how to optimize business processes to ensure consistency and to ensure that your employees are following them. So make sure to watch it so you can increase your retention and be successful. See you on my next video.